Oh, oh, okay. Hey guys, we are going to today say some sibling stories, but I'm not gonna have my siblings here today, so we're gonna do another video later on, and we're gonna tell sibling stories about them, with them. Okay, and then this time I'm gonna tell some sibling stories. So, starting off, we got a good one. My sister Izzy. So she's a bit of a driver. She doesn't have her license though, so she was just like driving around the I guess parking lot to try to get it through, and we were driving to a parking lot, right? Okay. Renata, my other sister, y'all saw her on some videos. She comes out because she's gonna be in the car with Izzy, and Izzy's gonna be driving. She comes out, full body armor. I'm talking bubble wrap, bubble wrap, bubble wrap, bubble wrap, bubble wrap, and elbow pads, helmet, and knee pads. And I'm talking a straight jacket. Well, not straight jacket. What's it called? A bulletproof vest. Yes, that's it. I bought one because I have a BB gun, but apparently she thinks the use of this is better. So, yeah, she just came out with it, and she wore it the entire time Izzy was driving. So, and then when she came out, she looked like a ghost. She was whiter than usual, and she looked like she saw a ghost. Cause right when Izzy had it going good for her, Izzy swerved, hit the curb, and accidentally went a little bit over it. So it was like a boo, you know, big bump. Swerved, hit the curb, went a little over it. Oof. It didn't hurt the car, but it went. It had a number. It had a number. Okay, and now for the next story. Okay, there was this one time. Okay, I said this in my other story video. So my sister. This is a baby story. This is a baby. There's a big bird. This is a baby story. So, well, actually, this was a story. Yeah. So I was at my papa's pool. They had a pool at the time. I was trying to get a piggyback on Renata's back, but unfortunately, she thought I was drowning her. So I got on her back. Then when she tried, and then since we were in the deep end, I just jumped on her back, not knowing the consequences of my actions. So I jumped on her back. She was trying to float, but she couldn't because she had water in her lungs. So she tried to like, you know, tried to get up, tried to get there. I just had, Horsey, run, Horsey, run! Yeah! Oh my god, it was funny, but learned my lesson because they literally put me in the corner for like half an hour. So 30 minutes or 30 minutes. So that was eventful. Anywho, next story. This is a story I already told y'all about when I was a baby. I was a very good climber, even as a baby, and I would climb out of, since we're in a room with a crib here and a crib here. Same room in two cribs in one room. Side by side, and then Renata's crib, and then my crib, and then I would just like crawl out and then I would crawl out and then bring so many toys. I would squeeze them through the bars and then just crawl out into Renata's crib because they were so close that I could just crawl out and crawl back into Renata's crib directly, or just squeeze through the bars. But since I was a little chubby baby, I had to crawl all the way out of Renata's crib into her crib. I mean, all the way out of my crib into her crib. And sadly, even on the first night, I got caught by my mother. So that was short-lived freedom. There was this other time I was out at the beach with my dad, and I think my mom was there too. This was back when they were together. So my dad, he goes, "Oh my God, what'd you find?" And I was like, what's this? And I have a live sand dollar in my hand, but I didn't know it yet. Dad says, what do you have? And I said, what's this? What's this? And he goes, oh my God, that's a live sand dollar. Good job. I throw it. I yeeted it. I yeeted that thing at least 1 mile out. Oh, I was scared to death because he said live, okay? He said live sand dollar. He said live. Alive. And at that time, I was scared of all things alive. So, not dogs, though. Dogs were really cute. So I yeeted it, and I spent the rest of the beach time looking for it because I really wanted to take it home now that I knew it was actually alive, and I was okay with that. But I spent the entire rest of the beach time looking for that one singular sand dollar, which probably already went out to sea, but I was sad. I was sad, man. I was sad. Yeah. There's this other time. I thought it was apple juice. Don't get me wrong. I really did think it was apple juice. But I ate and I drank an entire bottle of beer because I thought it was apple juice. And that was when I was little. Man, I didn't have tolerance or something. I don't know. But I slept the entire rest of the day and the entire night. I only woke up at like 12:30 in the morning next morning. It was so bad. But it was funny too. It was funny. And yeah. There was, which reminds me of another time. I was outside, I was in a pool. I was in the neighborhood pool. And there's this giant slide. And this other little boy, he ran. So it's like a big slide. You have to go up the staircase, the twirly staircase, to go all the way to the top. It's about half a mile high. And we're talking a fast or a slow twirly whirly, or fast straight down. And those two slides were like the favorites because there was one for the little kids, slow, and one for the fast kids, or the big kids, the good fast one, the fast one. I wanted to be brave, okay? I wanted to be brave, so I did the fast one. And what happened was terrible. This was when I went on by myself, and I tried, because I wasn't that young at the time. I was like 12 years old. Mom dropped me off and went to go drop off Renata because Renata didn't want to stay at the pool anymore. So I didn't have Mom there to like comfort me or whatever, but it was so hard. Okay, so I went down the slide, right? But then my foot got caught, and then I went and did a somersault. But luckily for me, it wasn't like, okay, so I slid, and then when I was about to hit the water at the bottom, I did a somersault. So like, I wasn't somersaulting down the like slide, so it didn't hurt, but I did get like a belly flop, so that hurt, but like nothing else happened. Well, I went down the slide so fast that I did get a wedgie, but like, we're not talking about that part. Okay. Sorry if you can hear birds. There's this other time where I thought I saw a rock moving in the neighborhood, but then when it stopped, I was like, Mom, what's that? And then when mom tried to take a picture of it, it moved again. And again and again. It kept moving until it was by the fence, but when it was by the fence, it tried to do a U-turn. Okay, but this is the good part. It tried to do a U-turn, you know, tried to get around. It couldn't go under, it couldn't go over because the fence was too tall. Couldn't go under because there was no room. So this is what it tries to do. It tries to bite us and run in straight for us, like straight past us. It bit me, but it didn't know I could kick. I didn't mean to. I just didn't want to be bit. So it was going for me and I kicked it really hard. So sad. But when we found out what it was, turns out it was an armadillo, which is a Texas animal. So sorry, state of Texas, I'm sorry, but I can move out if you want. I just, like, you know, I'm sorry. Yeah. So that's why I mostly don't go on walks anymore. I don't like seeing animals who are trying to kill me, like goose and geese. Oh my god, speaking of geese, there was a time when I was at a restaurant, but it was like a restaurant on the water. And then it had a backyard too. And the backyard of the restaurant had tables and chairs, you know, it's a backyard eating spot. Outside eating spot. There was a duck nest in a bush. And I touched the duck eggs. And the mom didn't like that. And then when I tried to put it back, it slipped on the concrete. So that happened and I was really sad. I kept crying and I wouldn't stop. And then I couldn't look my mom in the eye because I felt really bad. The guilt was, oh, I'm on video. I know. This is the last story. The guilt was tearing me up about the duck egg that I accidentally crushed. So I couldn't look my mom in the eye. Anyway, my mom needs to come out and talk to me. See you later, Kit Kats. Out.